Hello. I have to test this here. Make sure my mic's going through. Test. Test. Okay, cool. I know the quality isn't the best. I know that, but these kind of things we can get by without a little bit. I'm going to share the link here. It's been a long time since I've been able to stream on YouTube, and I'll get to that when I get to that. It's going to be a very, very interesting thing we're going to do here today. Okay. So, I'm not seeing anyone watching right now. I should also have my phone on the live thing here to make sure everything stays the way it should. But yeah, for those of you who watch this on the rebound, the reason why it's been a minute since I streamed like this on the channel is because YouTube wouldn't let me. It said I had to have some sort of weird thing about like being hooked up with OBS or some shit like that. And I just started doing this on a whim and it's perfectly fine. So but yeah, I don't really but yeah, you'll probably see a lot more of these now that I know it's actually working again in general use. But yeah, big thing here is the draft. I've only done one other YWA draft before, and that was way years ago, and that was a completely different set of circumstances. This one's a little different, and on the streams, the Fire Pro streams, you could probably see. Let me try and clean up that webcam there a little bit. Maybe that'll make it a little bit better. I don't know about that. I have to touch up the quality. The stream itself might be sacrificing some of the HDness for a better consistent stream, which I'm okay with. I'd rather have consistency than try to go 4K and have it buffer every 30 seconds. And it looks like it's showing my room. No, it's showing backwards on my perspective. It's normal on the other one. Okay. Let's see. Let me think. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, but yeah, today's draft is going to be interesting. The reason why I wanted to do this live, because in the past when I did the first one, it was just on Fire Pro stream, and I just selected random numbers. So it was a little anticlimactic. I want to do something different. I wanted to make it more epic because it's going to be like 3 shows and a gajillion different wrestlers, a bunch of them. And I wanted to showcase a little wheel action. I have a wheel app, and I'm going to spin it so we can get a kind of a fun little thing with it. Oh man, I just kind of I also want to do it like with people on the stream, so I'm kind of waiting for people to hop on. Mm. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Also in case you hi DPS. But yeah. All right, now we got someone in there. So yeah, we're gonna get this draft started here. So basically how it's gonna work is I'm gonna have this wheel app here that I'm gonna show here. I don't know how good the quality is on that wheel. Okay. Yeah, I have quite a few. I'm definitely due for a room tour video. Last one I did was like 3 years ago, and I've moved quite a few places since then. Yeah, I do low key wish the quality of the screens. Actually, on my phone, it looks perfectly fine. I guess it's just the way my laptop's going. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna showcase this thing there as best as I can, and we're gonna just do some spins and to determine who gets what goes to what show. First off is we're gonna go. First order is Gamma. First person in the spin will be Gamma. Second Blast, and third will be Overtime. That'll be also be the cycle. Gamma will be the first show that airs. Then Blast and Overtime will be third in the cycle. Um, and yeah, some guys might get switched around based on like if there's guys that are specialty tag teams, like the Phantoms, for example, or whatnot, then I might rearrange some guys over for something like that. But outside of that, it's gonna be pretty set in stone. There'll probably be a purchase option to switch shows. And there's of course there's rules and okay, no worries, LG. I know this is definitely. I know it's still a Thursday evening, so I know some of you guys might be busy. But yeah, we're gonna get things started here, starting with Gamma. So let's spin that wheel there. All right, Kareem. First one going to Gamma here. Kareem Sanders there will hide that slice. And then now for a blast here. Phil going to blast. All right. Creed number one. Yeah, exactly. Now it's for overtime. Let's see how this one does here. Pace. Pace going to overtime. Okay. This is hype. Yeah, I like doing the wheel stuff here. It kind of adds a little bit more. Oh, yeah, I got the song selected today. Everyone seems fine with the suggestions, so we'll go with them. And I'm gonna get some belt ideas going some for the shows because I don't want it to just be like the Blast Championship or stuff like that. I kind of want it to be specific names. Probably a lot of those names are going to be of belts we technically already have used before. So we might see some repetitious stuff, but that's okay. It's more about restarting than anything. But yeah, let's see. Now we're going back to Gamma. Let's see who's going to be on Gamma here. Oh, Reed Kane. All right. Next one here for back to Blast. Victoria. Okay. Getting a lot of our cruiserweights out of the way. All right. Next one here. What is it? Oh, King Davis going to overtime. Really tends to make a follow at home list. I will post it in the Discord when I'm finished with the stuff. I also want to post like final records and standings for the seasons and also rivalry stuff and all that. There's a lot of bonuses stuff that I have to get through. That's why there's going to be a big break here to get things going. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming again to tonight, mainly because I kind of started this a little late, and also I don't really have um the only TWN stuff I'm waiting on for week three is Debo's. He is aware of it. I just haven't heard from him yet. Outside of that, it'd probably be the superstar challenges. But we'll have to see how things go with that. But yeah, back to Gamma here. Let's see who's going to be on Gamma here. Cassandra. And I should also, as a reminder, pinch Tebow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him after we finish the season and make sure that he can keep up with stuff. Because if he thinks that he's not gonna have the be able to, we'll have to look into some alternatives for him. Because I am gonna put in an option where if someone thinks they're gonna be too busy for a season, they could freeze their thing for a season. But if they're still too busy after that, then they're gonna have to forfeit everything. So I'll see how he feels after we get the season concluded because I don't want to cut a guy mid-season. That's just not the most polished way of doing things. And plus in his defense, he was misread information as well. Yes, it's only 4 cycles. Next season will be 6. All right, back to now. Let's go for person for blast here. Heretic Ninja. Ooh, man, we really are getting all the juniors out of the way, are we? All right, now for overtime again here. Let's see. Rolando goes to overtime here. As a strategic tip for these, if your stable has 4 guys, you're guaranteed at least one show with 2 of your guys for a tag team. So that is something to keep in mind there for those guys stables that have at least 4. All right, now we're back to Gamma here. Let's see as we can. So how's it going to end up is I believe that 2 shows are going to have 22 guys and 1 show is going to have 21 guys. I think that's how it's going to get divided up here. All right, let's see. Okay, back to Gamma here. Let's see what we got for Gamma. Eric Mack, one of the Phantoms. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, because like I said, we're just waiting for Debo. I'm sure he'll submit his booking for the 3rd show pretty quickly because he said he'll have it by Thursday, and it's still Thursday. So I'll check in on him with that again, and once we get that streamed, then we'll go right into week 4. And most of you guys already have your booking in for week 4, so we're going to try to cruise through that ASAP. All right, now Blast here. Let's see what we got for Blast. All right, Ben Christian. All right. Yeah, definitely have to wrap up the storylines for sure. With the next one being 6 like rounds or weeks or whatever, you'll have a little bit more time to like maybe do more rivalries or do longer ones if you need to. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season. I hope Hank the Tank is Hank the Tank. I've been chatting with him. It seems like he's going to be a thing. He's definitely been precise about what he's going for with stuff. So I expect like unless something changes, I think we'll see him for season 5. Yeah, overtime. Overtime's the next show for this. So let's see what we got for that. Leon, one half of the Gutter Punks. And riding with us. Yeah. Yeah, because so far, because I know he's going for a specific style. He's going to do rounds in SWA, which is going to be pretty interesting to do. it's definitely going to be a little unorthodox compared to traditional thing we do. So I'm definitely got to test it out and make sure that it varies. Because if he does SWA under a format close to what we're trying to do, it has to have the varied 70, 80, 90, or 100 or whatever. Because if it's a consistent, like just 90 nonstop, then we may have to make some adjustments to that. But we'll just have to see. Even if I test it, it'll be one of those things we'll just have to run through during the season. But he has said that he has zero interest in doing tag teams, which is really interesting. So he might get a special case for him where his second belt might not be a tag belt if he's really adamant about the tag team thing. But yeah, okay, back to Gamma here. Let's see what we got for Gamma. Gray Man going to Gamma. Yeah, because the plan so far is because I want to keep the time limit close to like the thing as possible to what everyone else is, and the closest I could get for that would probably be like 5 rounds for 5 minutes each, which he suggested on stream that he would do for his single stuff. And after going through it, it's probably the best closest one for that. And for like championship ones, really the next closest would be like 10 rounds, 5 minutes each. Like there's not like a separation between 5 and 10 in a setup. It's either 5 rounds or 10 rounds. And I don't think like making rounds longer would really benefit anything. So it's one of those things. Definitely going to be pretty experimental, but you know, that we'll just have to adjust when we get there. I mean, it's going to have to, it just comes with breaking ground with things. All right, Blast. This is for Blast here. Atlas Fistforge being going to be on Blast. The best theme song. Yeah, like everyone liked the theme songs for the shows. I mean, I was going to do polls with them, but I struggled finding alternatives to the style I wanted to maintain, and no one really had any issues with any of them. So might as well keep it simple with that. All right, next one, Overtime. Overtime's the next one here. Let's see. Magnificent Marvel is going to be on Overtime. And that puts us back to Gamma. Let's see what Gamma has in store for us. Oh, Educator's going to be on Gamma when he decides to when he returns after he kind of reboots himself a little bit. All right. All right. Next is back to Blast here. Gamma hype, exactly. All right. This is for Blast here. The other Mason York. Blast. Now for Overtime, back to Overtime here. John Dime's going to be on Overtime. Let's see. And let's see what else. Okay, and then we're back to Gamma again. Got that spin going. Super Clint. It's gonna be fun. All right, now back to Blast here. Next Gen Ben. Quick recap. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll do one more. I'll do overtime here, and I'll recap who's on each show so far. One more for overtime here. Kronos, one half of the Mystic Fleets here. All right, so here's what we got so far. For the Gamma show, we have Kareem Sanders, Reed Kane, Cassandra, Eric Mack, Gray Man Educator, and Super Clint. For Blast, we got Phil, Victoria, Heretic Ninja, Ben Christian, Atlas Fistforge, Mason York, and Next Gen Ben. And for overtime, we have Pace, King Davis, Rolando, Leon, Magnificent Marvel, John Dime, and Kronos. So we're 7 each so far. And we'll do another recap when we do another 5 rounds here. No problem, DPS. All right, now back to Gamma here. Muto. Muto was old JWL's kind of main guy. He's pretty solid there, so he's going to be pretty competitive with that. Let's see, Blast. Let's see what Blast. Next guy for Blast here. Oh, Teriyaki. Now for every time Gamma comes up, I just hope it will be me. Well, if I need to switch some guys to form solid tag teams, I'll definitely have you on the list if it happens for Gamma. So we'll have to see. All right, overtime here. Nate Cobra. Oh, awesome. So both Mystic Fleet guys will be in overtime. That's pretty cool to see it work out like that. All right. Now for it's more fun that way. I get you there. All right. Back to Gamma here. Let's see what Gamma has there. Rico Foreman's going to be on Gamma. We go on to Blast here. Star Fox. It's going to be on Blast. So far, 2 of the 4 guys of the Foundation stable are in Blast here. All right. Next one here. Let's see. Oh, Tecmo Lu will be in the overtime show here. All right. All right, now back to Gamma here. So we got for Gamma. Oh, William Mack. Oh, both Phantoms will be in Gamma. Nice to see that work out. Nice to see all those work out there. And then, all right, now for Blast here, back to Blast. Let's see who's going to be the next person there. Jim Edmonds. Interesting. Now for yes. A while back, when I did the thing, the original thing, it was actually one of the first storylines was YWA. There was a stable called the Video Game Sports League, and it had John Madden, Michael Vick, Bo Jackson, Jim Edmonds, and Pablo Sanchez. And they left, and that's how BWP was formed because John Madden took issue with the shenanigans in YWA with the invasion of legends and all that stuff. This was kind of during when I just wanted to get some bodies there. I thought it'd be cool to have some video game guy, it's like sports legends in the wrestling thing. That's funny. I remember that. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Jim Edmonds. All right, next one for overtime here. Commander K, one of Eli's people. All right, now back to Gamma here. Vander Kane. No, Commander K. One of your stable mates is what I think is what I said. I don't know if it was pronounced right. Although Vander Kane, that sounds. Oh, her Eli with the stain. Oh. Okay, let's see. All right. Gamma. Back to Gamma here. Let's see what we got for Gamma. Oh, there you go, LGC. You landed on Gamma. Man, all these things are working out. And back to Blast here. Ooh, Alex Consortium's going to be on Blast. Yeah, I had to move them to the TWN. It just made more sense. Because they weren't going to get nearly as much screen time or use in YWA as they would in TWN. It just makes more sense. All right. Next is overtime again. Let's see what next person for overtime here. Gridiron Games is going to be in the OT show here. All right. One more set here before we do another recap here. Troy is going to be in Gamma. And then for Blast here. John Madden going to be in Blast. Can you upload me? I want to do some edits. Yeah, you know what? It's actually funny. It's actually been quite a while because I did upload everyone on my thing a while back, but it's been so long since I've done it that they're very outdated. So I definitely should do that pretty soon here. All right, after Madden. Okay, now we're back overtime before we do another recap here. Hockey D Slim. It's D Slime. All right, Hockey D Slim. All right, so here's the recap. Back to another recap. So far for Gamma, we have Kareem Sanders, Reed King, Cassandra, Eric Mack, Gray Man, Educator, Super Clint. What is that there? Muto, Rico Foreman, William Mack, LJC, and Troy. For Blast, we have Phil, Victoria, Heretic Ninja, Ben Christian, Atlas, Fistforge, Mason York, Next Gen Ben, Tara Key, Star Fox, Jim Edmonds, Alex Consortium, and John Madden. And for overtime, we have Pace, King Davis, Rolando, Leon, Magnificent Marvel, John Dime, Kronos, Nate Cobra, Tecmo Lou, Commander K, Gridiron Games, and Hockey D Slim, or Slime, as some people prefer to call him. All right. Next picks here. Here's back to Gamma here. Love it. Workhorse is going to be on Gamma. Interesting. All right, now for Blast here. Oh, that wasn't a spin. I don't know what happened there. Let me try again. There we go. Give us the A show. Hello. Travis. All right, his tag partner Leon is in OT, so I might do a switch up. So we got one switch up here, possible switch up here so far. So I have to see how that goes there. Oh, for overtime here. Jester's going to be in overtime. Now for back to Gamma here. Let's see what Gamma is going to have here. Oh, Odin. It's been a minute since we heard his name there. All right. Yes, Cassandra was drafted in Gamma. All right, now we got Blast here. Let's see what we get for Blast. Casual Gamer Joe. And now for OT again. Oh no, stables remain intact. like stables remain intact, and what happens is like everyone is on a separate show, but they're still intact. So if they're like if you because since if any and also any stable has at least four, like there's at least one show you'll have where you'll have a tag team in. So don't worry about there's no stables breaking up unless it happens in storyline or whatever. Like the draft won't force any stables to break up. All right. Now for overtime again here. Gaming trucker. All right, and now we're back to Gamma here again. Here, let's see what's going to be on Gamma. Oh, Brett Wilder. Oh, so the original Team Echo is going to be on Gamma here. Okay. All right, now back to Blast here. Let's see next person for Blast. Chalamet is going to be on Blast. Let's see, and now for overtime again here. RSG Tom. Yeah, I get you there. Definitely want to sneak another one in, I bet. All right, now back to Gamma here. Infamous Smoke. All right, next is Blast here. Back to Blast. Let's see, Slapshot Sean. Yeah, I get you there. All right, and now we're back to overtime here. See what we got for overtime. Chuck Owens. Let's see where we're. All right, one more set, and we'll do another recap here. For Gamma. Pablo Sanchez. For Blast here. The Hill. And then for overtime here. There we go. Better spin. Wasn't registering there. Brian. the March Madness man there. All right, here's another. This would be the second. Yes, you are right, Eli. All right, here's another recap here. So for Gamma, we have Kareem Sanders, Reed Kane, Cassandra, Eric Mack, Grayman, Educator, Super Clint, uh, Muto, Rico Foreman, William Mack, LJC, Troy, Workhorse, Odin, Brett Wilder, Infamous Smoke, and Pablo Sanchez. For YWA Blast, we have Phil, Victoria, Heretic Ninja, Ben Christian, Atlas Fishforge, Mason York, Next Gen Ben, Tara Key, Star Fox, Jim Edmonds, Alex Consortium, John Madden, Travis, Casual Gamer Joe, Shalabay, Slapshot Sean, Corey, The Hill. And for overtime, we got Pace, King Davis, Rolando, Leon, Magnificent Marvel, John Dime, Kronos, Nate Cobra, Tecmo Lou, Commander K, Gridiron Games, Hockey D Slim, or Slime, Jester, Gaming Trucker, RSG Tom, Chuck Owens, and Brian. And we're getting close to the end here. Got a few more guys here. All right, so another set here. Back to Gamma here. Let's see what Gamma's going to have next. Bo Jackson going to be on Gamma here. Now for Blast here. Tecmo Mort. And those two. Yes, and Lou and Mort are on different things. So I might switch some guys around with that correlating like that. And now for overtime. Chief Debo is going to be on overtime. Now for the next one for Gamma here. Ramses Kong right there. Now for Blast here. Michael Vick. Now for overtime here. Mason, Educator's brother, can be on OT here. All right, now back to Gamma here. Eli is going to be in Gamma here with Cassandra. Now for a Blast here. No, Jacob Judah. Now for overtime here. Frank Rust. Oh, Rust and Jester are going to be on the same show. That's going to be interesting. And now back to Gamma. Ah, Sasha. Well, that's interesting. 3 of the 4 Night Warriors are going to be on one show. Commander K is going to be only one that's not going to be on Gamma. They're going to be on Overtime. All right, next we got Blast here. Green Magic. Back to Overtime here. Endings. Just got a few left here. All right. SMH going to be on Gamma here. Darren, I forgot to get rid of that one. So DPS and Smith here, both these guys are going to be on different shows here. So let's see how it correlates. DPS could. No, Smith is going to be on Blast. And DPS is going to be on Overtime. Huh. All right, and I think that might do it here. Let's go through recap. I thought we were going to have an odd amount, but I guess it played out. I think each show has 22 guys. Yeah, the only guys I'm actually going to switch. So I think what I'm going to do is, how could it? Yeah, pretty much. He was, because Smith was. It's weird. The dominant tag team got. Yeah, I couldn't exactly, but let's go through a recap. Quick side note though, I am gonna do one real big switch here. I'm actually gonna switch. I'm actually gonna switch. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna switch. Let's see. Where is he? Right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch because we got 2 tag teams that are kind of divided up, and I think doing that one switch will make things a little bit more interesting here. So I'm going to take Tecmo Mort. I'm going to switch him with Leon of Overtime, and all the Tecmo Bros will be in Overtime. And the Gutter Punks will be in Blast. That way, we got solid tag team stuff there. But yeah, so here's the complete roster now for going forward, and I'll post it on Discord as well with all that. So for Gamma, it's going to be Kareem Sanders, Reed Kane, Cassandra, Eric Mack, Grayman, Educator, Super Clint, Muto, Rico Foreman, William Mack, LJC, Troy, Workhorse, Odin, Brett Wilder, Infamous Smoke, Pablo Sanchez, Bo Jackson, Ramses Kong, Eli, Sasha, and SMH. For Blast, we have Phil, Victoria, Heretic Ninja, Ben Christian, Atlas Fistforge, Mason York, Next Gen Ben, Tara Key, Star Fox, Jim Edmonds, Alex Consortium, John Madden, uh, uh, Travis, Casual Gamer Joe, Shalabay, Slapshot Sean, um, Corey the Hill, Leon, Michael Vick, Judah, Green Magic, and Smith. And then for overtime, we're going to have Pace, King Davis, Orlando, Tecmo Mort, Marvel, Magnuson Marvel, John Dime, Kronos, Nate Cobra, Tecmo Lou, Commander K, Gridiron Games, Hockey D Slim or Slime, Jester, Gaming Trucker, RSG Tom, Chuck Owens, Brian, Chief Debo, Mason, the Stranger Educator's Brother, Frank Rust, Endings, and DPS. But yeah, that's pretty much everyone right there. This lasted longer than I thought it was going to be, but I'm kind of happy it did. It made it feel more. They're decent. I don't quite have the standings at at the moment, but they're doing okay. I'm trying to think. Who did I draft? Actually, you went to Gamma. It's kind of weird. 3 of your 4 guys actually went to Gamma. The only person that didn't go to Gamma was Commander K. She went to overtime. But like I said, stables don't break up. And also, for a credit fee, you could switch some of your guys around in shows, if there's availability to do so. So there is, or switch with your other stable person, like if you want to switch one person with another, if you wanted to, but it would cost us credits to do so. I'm trying to think. But yeah. Yeah, pretty interesting here. I'll definitely put that together. I have to do a lot of tech stuff, like have to see what the best rivalries were for last season, records for the stables, rivalry records for the stables. That's a stat that I wanted to add, but I kept putting off. It wouldn't be too hard to do, but to see how well stables did. I don't know where you're at in the standings right now. You're pretty close to the top. But yeah, I think. But yeah, in terms of other streams, I don't believe I'm restreaming again tonight. I think the timing wasn't quite there for that. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try streaming at least once, but I don't know what's gonna be. I want it to be a Debo's show, but if he's still kind of not quite there yet, I might do a Superstar Challenge thing. I don't know. I definitely want to do them because I definitely want to kind of finish those up a little bit. I think last time I did WCW, so I'm going to do YWA one. I'm getting so close with YWA, but WCW I got quite a bit to go, so we'll just have to see how things go with that. But yeah, in terms of TWN stuff, until also I can't forget. I almost forgot. The next person on the list will debut tomorrow. It is it's going to be Ming. So that's, or Haku for some people. So that's going to be fun to see put up there. I can't believe it's Thursday already. It's going to be Friday tomorrow. But yeah, Saturday I'm not going to be able to do any streams. I'm be busy that day. Sunday will definitely be something or two. But like I said, it just depends. But everyone pretty much all their week 4 booking in. So once I get Debo stuff done, because what happened with Debo was because he thought, like I said, he thought that we only did booking every 2 weeks. He confused the TWN All-Star rule with the booking rule. It was just a little case of misunderstanding. So no problem. I like doing the wheel stuff. I think I like it more than the odds thing. I tried doing the role-playing odd stuff for a bit, but I kind of lost the rhythm of it. But I want to get back to doing those kind of situational stuff, like in the locker rooms or stuff with the odd stuff and all that. I think that might be a better way of developing stories and stuff going forward, but we'll just have to see how things evolve from that. But outside of that, but yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of YWA stuff set up. I pretty much have the TWN guidebook pretty much kind of set. I have to put more stuff in over time, of course, but it's kind of there. I gotta do the YWA one, especially YWA one, because unlike TWN, YWA is gonna get a lot more people probably because TWN just demands so much more than YWA. Trying to think. But yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, I'm glad I'm able to stream on my laptop again. It's been eons since I've been able to do it, and it's been so stupid why I couldn't do it. But I'm glad I can because I used to do some stuff streaming from my laptop. Definitely got a movie theater review thing I could stream through my laptop, so that'll be fun to do. Yeah, man, it's already been an hour. Jeez. But yeah, in terms of drafts like this, I don't know if I'll make this a yearly thing or not. I'm not quite sure because we go through formats so much. I might be a completely different. We might be in a completely different place next year, so we'll just have to see. It is technically the second YWA draft, so that's a thing right there. But yeah, I think outside of that, looks like a 2012 live stream video. I mean, to be honest, video quality. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not exactly like the quality of videos has always been something that some of the lesser fans have kind of cited as a reason why they don't like the channel. And I get that. I do. God, I could make a documentary on me doing YouTube stuff behind the scenes. I went through so much like tech shit. Totally fine. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, though. Yeah, like, because here's the thing. Yeah, it's fine. Like, it is fine. I just know that some people they get this expectation that everything has to be like 4K or some shit like that, because and that's kind of why I kind of jumped into YouTube the way I did because I saw some people like build it up so much they have to get all the specific equipment to do YouTube, and by the time they got it they exhausted themselves and they just lose interest, like the fire burns out before they even get started. And I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to jump in and do and make work with whatever I got, and whatever happens, because when I started I didn't know shit about like YouTube. I didn't know how things worked or anything. I didn't learn that till much later, and by then I still didn't have anything even when I knew. So it is what it is, though. But I am happy for the guys who subbed be able to kind of get into the stuff despite it being a little unorthodox compared to other channels. XAW Blitz. Yeah, second shows for TWN, to be honest, that probably won't happen unless our numbers really shrunk. Like if we were only down to like 3 or 4 promotions, I could probably see a 2-show format, but no, that's probably not going to happen. I mean, if we got people joining TWN without even joining YWA, then I got a feeling that that kind of thing's probably not going to be a thing anytime soon. But it is an interesting thing to think about secondary stuff. I have thought about something along those lines, but it's a completely different thing. And now that's more of an emergency thing. But yeah, in case anyone, oh man, I could live stream channel updates again. Now I think about it, that'd be great to do. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Like if you guys have any questions, I guess feel free to ask live. Yeah, live. But yeah, I am gonna do all the time. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, there's not really any video games out there that do what we do with TWN. I mean, the Fire Pro, Fire Promoter mode, it's very addicting and very solid. But once you get going in it, after a while, you can kind of tell that the guys who made it probably didn't have a lot of time to make it super mega polish. And when I was doing that, that inspired me to do TWN because I was playing it, and I still want to kind of finish the year I'm on. I still want to do a couple more streams of that till I consider it like fully done. But I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I could just do this with some guys and create promotions in the open world of the game, and we could accomplish more than what Fire Promoter was trying to do. And that's kind of what I went with. It's just a lot of paper stuff. But yeah, I do wish that at some point there is a video game out there that does the TWN thing and be like a full-fledged game. There's some video games that kind of have elements of that out there. Like Wrestling Empire is a great one. I mean, the 2K games, you can, but there's limitations. And if I had to pick between having limitations on Fire Pro as opposed to limitations on 2K, I'd rather have the Fire Pro limitations. Oh, thanks, LGC. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, man. I love doing this. It's so weird compared to when I started. Oh my god. You see, I wouldn't mind reviewing bad games. The reason why I don't really review bad games that I'm aware of, like if a game sneaks up on me, it sneaks up on me a little bit. But the reason why I don't is mainly because one, I don't have a lot of money to spend. I mean, bad games are usually pretty cheap, but it's still money is money. You know, in two, like space, I don't really, if I'm gonna have space taken up, I don't really want it to be bad games. And also a lot of bad games is kind of, I don't know what I could add to them outside of maybe meme moments, which is always fun. I used to review bad games. Fire Pro for Xbox Live. I don't even know if that's even still available, although I do want to legit review all the Fire Pro games. But the Japanese isolation of it makes it tricky because I want to be able to understand the game elements of it. And down. Yeah, exactly. And there's some ROMs out there that have it for some of the games, but not all of them. And if I'm going to do it, I want access to like all of them because I want to be able to do all of them straight through. TW. Yes, exactly. Exactly, because I've already viewed Fire Pro Returns and Fire Pro World. I am working on doing the Game Boy Advance editions. I got one of them. I got the first one. I still got to get number 2, and I'll do those straight. And then I done all the ones. I don't know if the one for Xbox 360 is still available to download. I feel like that one's been taken down pretty immediately since everyone just despised the game. Yeah, exactly. But I would love to review all the Fire Pro games. The only guy I saw on YouTube that was the closest to reviewing them in order kind of thing was, I forgot his name. It's like Packed Man or something. He reviews like our history of arcade games and stuff. He's pretty good. He did the Fire Pro games a while back, and that was the closest I've seen. Because even the Wikipedia pages for them, they acknowledge them, but not all of them go full in depth. And I know that a lot of those games have their own unique quirks and game modes and stuff a little bit that just nobody talks about, and I'm just super curious on. Fire Pro and Sega Saturn, yeah, like that goes along with those too. Like there's a lot of them for Japan that were just in Japan that I would love to review, but that's a process. And unless I did this for a living, I couldn't dedicate it to it. If I did this for a living, I could do a lot more shit. Yes, exactly, Gray Man, Patman QC. Yeah, there was like even some of the 3D games they did experiment with 3D. It didn't go the best, at least at first. I think once they got the hang of things, the King of Colosseum games, man, I would love to review those games, but I definitely need an English patch for those. Those games would be so much fun to do. Oh, I actually tried doing the virtual pro wrestling games a while back in sport and Aki game stuff, but what happened was it said I for the emulator, it said I downloaded the English patch and I went to play them and they were the Japanese games. Virtual Wrestling 64 ran pretty well, but But Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, that one kind of chugged a little bit. It wasn't quite as polished. Okay, LGC, see you later. But yeah, man, I would love to like review those games. But yeah, you know what? It's weird. Like they mentioned it, fighting experience based on okay. Yeah, man, some boxing games would be fun too. Yeah, that's kind of the biggest reason why I've slowed down on reviewing. Like, this is just turning into a channel update, but that's fine. Um, Probably should do one at some point, especially now that I can live stream on my laptop. But yeah, that's kind of the biggest reason why stuff has kind of slowed outside of live streams is because I just don't have the games anymore. I caught up with everything, that I had, and so it's just one of those things where I just think to myself, do I just kind of just focus on the stuff I can do and just wait, or do I just start getting creative? And that's the problem, because once you start getting creative, you create a whole new avenues of stuff to do. And when you already have stuff you could do, it kind of can get overwhelming. That's why I kind of kept it focused on Windows 98. Oh, good Lord. That'd be interesting. Yeah, but yeah, that's why. But I just been focusing on streams because I would like to do streaming on other consoles, and I figured out the capture card, but I'm missing like something more for like the older consoles, because the one I have, like, I think it needs like an extra cord for like the AV stuff, which is a little weird, but I guess that's what it is. Yeah, Dreamcast and PS2 Fire Pro, because Fire Pro Returns was on PS2. I actually like that game a lot. It's weird. There are some differences between Returns. A lot of people say it is similar, but when I play it, there's something about it that feels just a little different. I don't know what it is. I do know a few people that actually prefer Returns over World, and I can kind of get that. But man, World just has so much in there that it's hard to pick one of the other games above it, except for maybe one of the Super Nintendo versions or Super Famicom versions that has this really big epic story in it. The one that about I forgot what it was called. But it was a really famous one for just how dark the ending was. Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing, their ability to download the creations. I mean, back in the day, like, people were doing like patches and memory cards for creative wrestlers, even for the PS3 like port of it, because the PS3 store will let you download Fire Pro Returns in its classics collection. I actually have that on there as well. Oh man, getting that game on Sega Dreamcast, that'd be tough to do, because Sega Dreamcast games, at least in my area or in like upper middle Michigan, they're not exactly the easiest to find. If you do find a unique Dreamcast game that's not a sports game, it's not going to be cheap. Not super expensive. Yes. Yes, that one. Yeah, he actually did a sequel to it in World. It's pretty decent. I'm trying to But yeah, I would like to do lots of that stuff. It's just, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Um, but yeah, I gotta make a list of games I yet to get, because there's stuff that I've collected sports game wise that I still have to review through in the series format like I did before. But there's a lot of them I'm just missing one or two games in before it's fully there. So there's a lot of stuff to take on, but between like, life and, the streaming stuff I like to keep up on, recording stuff, especially vlogs. Vlogs have definitely taken a backseat. I'm not gonna lie, just because I just don't really feel like keeping up with them anymore, just because I got other stuff I want to focus on. And the vlog stuff, outside of the vlog series, which I love doing, like, the rest of it is kind of there and there. Movie theater reviews, though, something that I plan on doing pretty soon now that I can live stream, because I did just see Ant-Man. Oh yeah, the NASCAR games. Yeah, I do want to take a look at those NASCAR games. Those look interesting. But it's gonna be a minute because again, I have to buy them, and it's not like they're expensive. It's just to have a moment in time. We have like 20 to 30 bucks on the side to get like the NASCAR games and then review them all that it's a little it takes a little bit more than you might think, especially when you're living life on a budget. When you have free spending money, you can do it easily. But yeah, I trying to think. But yeah, outside of that, all that stuff, extra little talky talk stuff. I think also that reminds me for yeah, I heard. Well, that's the thing. Like the problem when people when they buy all the games, because a lot of people when they do that, they're doing it for the chase. They're doing it to collect, not to play. So once they get everything, they don't know what to do. But for me, my goal eventually is to review pretty much every single sports game that ever for in a nutshell, excluding maybe the ones that are just so absolute crap that I don't care. Unless I get bored. But like the main ones, like the EA stuff and the 2K stuff that I still got. Yeah, NASCAR game and racing games are interesting because there's some racing games that are sports games and some that are not. Like the NASCAR games are sports games, but Mario Kart I don't consider a sport game. But it's a gray shaded area. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not gonna sell my stuff. I'm not because first of all, like at least 60% of the stuff I have are sports games, and I can't and I'm not gonna get returned for shit for that. Really. And then after that like I don't have a lot of games that I could resell and like make like a sizable profit from. Yeah, I think so. Like racing games are interesting with that because they're kind of the gray area of sports because are they a sport, are they not a sport? For me it just depends on the game, how it's formatted. I mean, if it's a NASCAR game, it's an automatic sport. Like if you have league branding, I mean, you're pretty much a sport there. But if you're kind of more loosey goosey with stuff and you're just, it's not really, it's weird. It's weird way. It's one of those things where I just know it when I see it, but everyone's gonna have their own opinion on it. That could be it. NASCAR, F1, monster truck, some years. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, leagues, and also I guess the way it's like formatted, like because if there's a racing game that it's not part of a league, but there's a lot of focus on like divisions, standings, racer fatigue, or stuff like that, really hardcore into it, then you could consider it a sports game. It's just one of those things where it just requires certain elements to be considered a sports game or not. It's really a case by case basis because arcade racing games I don't consider sports games, but if they were a NASCAR brand or something like that, then I would. Okay, you see, that would be more like a sport game, in my opinion. That would definitely be more like a sport game. But man, I do like racing games though, because what I like about them is they're quick, easy pick up and play. They and you can kind of figure out a lot about them within pretty quickly. They're very fun to review, and plus some of the stuff. Some of my favorite games ever are racing games. Burnout. Take and that reminds me too. I was about to say on Patreon, I'm going to start a whole new race compressed in 48 minutes. PC nice. Racing at night, I bet. But yeah, that reminds me too. So because I'm not going to be doing Fire Pro stuff on Patreon as much, I am going to start a whole new series on Patreon. It's going to be focused on Burnout games, starting specifically with Burnout 3 Takedown. It's pretty much just me just playing some Burnout and just kind of having fun with that. It's something that's probably not going to go on YouTube right away. Although I do plan on putting the old Fire Pro, BWP, and JW stuff on YouTube during the YWA break. Um, So you guys will be able to like see some of the extra shenanigans there. Um, but yeah, so that way there'll be something on Patreon that's a little bit more unique as opposed to just Fire Pro, which I do have some stuff I want to do on Fire Pro on Patreon, but nothing super like urgent yet, at least. But yeah, I think overall, I think I'm gonna call it good for this one. But yeah, I definitely like that I was able to stream on my laptop. Definitely something I'll do more of in the future. Okay, yeah, in-depth career mode. That's always fun. Yeah, at some point I will. Definitely I will. But yeah, I'm gonna spend some time updating YWA stuff and doing all that stuff. So that's gonna be something to look forward to there. That's gonna be focusing on. And yeah, like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. Um and to be honest, given what's going on tomorrow for on my side of things, I there's a chance I might not stream. We'll just have to see. But I do want to stream at least once tomorrow. But it just depends on how things line up. Because if there's nothing lined up, I might just kind of just take the chill way of doing it. Function in that game too. Yeah, exactly. But but we'll just have to see how things line up for tomorrow. But yeah, awesome draft. It's going to be interesting to see how everyone collaborates with each other. And yeah, I'll do some polls on some belt ideas for each of the shows and see how things go with that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching and participating. In case you guys wanted to chat with anyone at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link there in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab in our channel as well. You can access that anywhere, anytime. We also have a Patreon page as well. Main goal of the page is to raise money for the channel, to give the channel a bigger budget to do more ambitious things, and also start making merchandise for the channel as well. The merchandise itself will be geared toward aspects of the channel that you guys enjoy. So any support we get for that is much appreciated. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.